Oh, here they are. Warren and Vincent.
Who's got the birds? Who's got birds in the background? Just curious. All right, maybe I'm just hearing things.
No, somebody's got birds in the background.
That's probably
Either that or
me. I'm in the sunroom.
Okay.
Susie, you want to go live? We're on live. Okay, see anybody? Okay. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance for those that can.
Okay.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States
United
of America,
to the republic for which it stands, nation under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
Silence for the late Justice Paula Leonard, who faithfully served this town for a good long time. Thank you very much. Please call the roll.
Councilman Kitchen.
Here.
Councilman Morrow.
Here.
Councilman Secreto.
Here.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Accounted for.
Supervisor Quigley.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the Town of Ulster Town Board meeting for Thursday, May 21st, 2020. We continue to operate the restrictions imposed upon us by the New York State government, and we are holding this meeting via Zoom. Town clerk and supervisor present, town board, and Chief Marty in the audience. As you can see, he's the guy with the mask and the white shirt. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
None from me.
No.
Okay, I have one addition that comes about from the caucus that was held earlier. It is a motion in reference to the pavilion and the senior center, and we will take that up at the end of our scheduled agenda, published agenda. Is there any other discussion of agenda items? It's a difficult one. None. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, in your package from the town clerk are the minutes for the town of Ulster town board meeting held April 23rd. We have been given an opportunity to review those minutes, make comments and adjustments as necessary. I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
So moved. Second.
Discussion on the minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Would you like roll call votes?
Roll call vote, please.
Okay. Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yeah.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. Moving on, are there any communications?
No, there are none.
Very good. We will move forward. Mr. Van Cleek, the presentation of the abstract of claims.
Okay, I went through the bills with Peggy and we reviewed them, and we have prepaid bills totaling $367,784.55. And we have the abstract bills of $667,692.02. Make a motion this be approved.
May I have a
moved.
motion?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen,
Yes.
Councilman Morrow,
Councilman Morrow.
Councilman Morrow,
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I said yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. And Mr. Van Cleek, on budget modifications, I don't believe I reported any this month. So we will move on to new business.
Yeah, there were none.
Okay. Gentlemen, in the package is the town clerk's report for the month of April 2020. I will ask the town clerk if there is anything of interest that she wishes to call to the attention of the town board.
As you may all be aware, the town clerk's report is generally at least 3 to 4 times as much as reported for the month of April. The month of April total was $9,009.81, and that was due to the fact of COVID and the town hall being closed and the obvious slowdown of business in the town.
Motion to
Roll call.
accept.
We have a motion,
I'll
a second.
I gave it.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen,
Yes.
Councilman Morrow, Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Gentlemen, the second item in the book under new business is the presentation and acceptance of the supervisor's monthly report for the month of April. Although some of the cash flows coming in slowed down, the amounts going out did not. I ask for the acceptance of the supervisor's report as presented and ask that the report be published to the town's website for public dissemination.
I'll make that motion. And I'll second that.
Councilman Kitchen,
Yes.
Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you. Gentlemen, as you know, animal control is an important function in our community. We have been struggling with this for the 11 years that I have been supervisor, and we had recently been using town employees to provide this service. Given the situations that we are operating under currently, the individual decided that he was too stressed. So we have gone out and we have interviewed 2 different organizations to provide animal control. And I am presenting tonight a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign a contract between the town of Ulster and Ulster County Canines, Inc. for the care and boarding of canines for a 1-year period. May I have a motion and a second?
So moved. So moved. Second.
Yep.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Kitchen,
Yes.
Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Gentlemen, as you know, the town of Ulster has historically offered a summer youth program at the Robert Post Park. Under the current conditions of the pause order, the reopening sequence has been discussed by the governor in Albany, and the prospects that the parents in the town of Ulster may not feel comfortable in sending their kids to a summer camp where everyone is in close proximity to each other, thereby providing a ripe environment for the transfer of COVID-19. We've had a great deal of discussion, and I will at this point in time ask Mr. Secreto for his comments on the summer camp program.
Supervisor, with the virus going around and the ages of the children that would be at the camp between 6 years old and 18, plus the counselors, plus our workers that are down there, it'd just be hard to supervise them. If they had to wear their masks or taking it off, they're touching one another. You know how kids are, they're always in little groups. So it's the best interest of the town, safety-wise, is to call camp off for this year.
And that is the recommendation
I'll make that
of
motion.
the chairman of the Recreation Committee.
Yes,
And Mr. Secreto, are you going to second?
and I'll second that motion.
So on the motion to suspend
Yes, I
the
will.
operation
Second.
of the Town of Ulster Summer Camp Program for the year of 2020, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Kitchen.
Yes.
I have a delay. Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes,
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes, yes,
And Supervisor
Yes.
Quigley.
yes. Yes,
Yes, the motion carries. The next item in the package is a resolution authorizing the emergency purchase of a combination digester gas boiler with standalone sludge heat exchanger for the Ulster wastewater treatment plant. And before we call for a vote on this, I would like Mr. Majori just to briefly explain for the benefit of the town board how we got here and what this purchase will accomplish.
Good evening, everybody. This boiler heat exchanger package will allow us to burn propane or natural gas as well as biogas that's naturally produced by the digestion process of the sewer plant. And that will eliminate a lot of our costs for buying fuel. The current unit that's in place was put in 1989 and rebuilt around the year 2005. And the heat exchanger is original equipment from 1970s. All of this equipment has met its service life and is very soon to expire. And this purchase is an emergency-based item to prevent a catastrophic failure of the current equipment. Does anybody have any questions?
Vince, so this is good probably for what, another
make a
15 to
motion.
20 years?
Typical service life is a 20-year service life on this type of equipment. Currently, the heat exchanger has lasted us since the mid-70s, and we've kept the boiler alive. Like I said, that was purchased in 1989.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll make a motion to purchase.
I'll second that.
Do I have a second?
Okay,
Roll call
Councilman
vote,
Kitchen.
please.
I second.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes. Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Mr. Majori, you are authorized to enter into the contract and issue the purchase order for this materials. Gentlemen,
Thank you, gentlemen.
over the last several years, we have dealt with an issue at the Ulster Water District South Tower. We do not have an electric service down there. And in conjunction with the lease of the ground to Tarpon Towers for the construction of a tower, Tarpon is requesting that an electric line and communication line be run from East Chester Street up to an area adjacent to the water tank. Originally, this line was to be buried within an easement that the town authorized at the time we went into the lease agreement with Tarpon. Subsequent to that, they had a conversation with Central Hudson and determined that it was not cost effective to bury the lines, and that Central Hudson will be running a public utility line, and therefore Central Hudson requires a power line easement from the town. So tonight I'm asking for a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the power line easement with Central Hudson for an electric service to the Ulster Water District South Tower, 584 East Chester Street, Kingston, New York. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
So moved.
Is there any discussion on the motion?
None from me.
Okay.
Councilman
Roll call
Kitchen?
vote, please.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes. Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Gentlemen, as you all know, Alan Sorensen, the town planner for the last 14 years, took a job as the full-time planner for the county of Orange. The town board had a small committee that organized and interviewed, and I'd like to have Mr. Van Cleek explain and put forth the following resolution.
Gentlemen, we had the opportunity, most of us, but not all, to interview a man by the name of David Church, who was formerly the planner in Orange County. He had since retired from that position and is interested and recommended to us to fill this position. He will work as a private contractor to the town under similar terms as Alan Sorensen. He did also meet with the planning board chair and the zoning board chair, Gary Mulligan and Jeffrey Ring. So the personnel committee brings him to this board recommending that you accept him. So I would then make a motion to accept David Church for the position of town planner.
May I have a second, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, is there any discussion on the matter? May I have a roll call vote?
None from me.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow,
Yes.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek,
Yes. Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much.
Next item
The next item
is a resolution.
is a resolution establishing a standard workday for elected officials. And before I call for a motion in a second, I'd like Ms. Reevy to explain, as the town clerk is the officer in town hall responsible for administering this program.
This is a routine, let me see if I'm on mute, resolution that the town board hopefully carries every time elected officials are elected or re-elected. In this case, the elected officials that are on the current resolution are Eric Kitchen, Frank Petromal, and myself, Suzanne Reevy. Marcia Weiss was also re-elected this year, but due to the current lockdown and closure of the courts, she is going to wait until the courts open back up again to complete her requirement for this. And the town board will do another resolution. The elected officials must complete a 3-month calendar of their activities, submit that record to the town clerk, and from that I use a formula given by the New York State Office of Retirement to determine the elected officials' record of activity. That record of activity is on the current resolution, and the number is what gets reported to the state. The standard workday established by the state and the town of Ulster for town councilmen, such as Eric Kitchen, is 6 hours. And for Frank Jamal and myself, it is an 8-hour. All the calculations are based on the full calculation of time submitted, divided by the 3 months, divided by that standard workday, and the number that is the result is what gets reported to New York State for retirement purposes. This is only for individuals who wish to participate in the state retirement system.
I'll make that motion.
Three. We have a second.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion on the resolution?
Okay, Councilman Kitchen.
None.
None.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes,
Supervisor Quigley.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. The final item on our agenda relates to the operation of the pavilions in Robert Post Park and the Senior Center at Town Hall. The town board has previously directed that these facilities be closed to the public pending the outcome of the pandemic. Given that the New York State reopening plan is a 4-phased plan with an 8-week timeline, and recreational activities are in phase 4. The earliest that the pavilion and the senior center will be reopened to the public would be July 15th.
I'm asking the town board
to make a motion to keep the pavilion and the senior centers closed to the public
to July 1st.
to July 1st, 2020. And during the course of the month of July,
We will reevaluate.
we will reevaluate the plan. So may I have a motion?
I'll make,
Second.
so moved.
Second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
I gave the second.
Councilman Kitchen.
Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
Councilman Morrow.
Yes.
Councilman Secreto.
Yes.
Councilman Van Cleek.
Yes,
Supervisor Quigley.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our scheduled agenda for tonight, Thursday, May 21st. We would normally open the floor to public comment, but I've asked town clerk to put a notice out that we will accept public comment via email, text message to the town supervisor's cell phone, and even telephone calls if you wish to call us and talk about things. And we will, if necessary, bring them to the floor at the next meeting. This afternoon, we were advised that a Ulster Town Hall employee was tested positive for COVID-19. We are taking every precaution that has been outlined by the CDC and by the Ulster County and New York State Health Departments. We have been wearing masks in town hall. We have been maintaining social distancing of 6 feet or more. We've tried to keep to one employee in an office at a time and to avoid congregation. The individual appears to have been infected from an outside activity. In an abundance of caution, the town hall will be closed for Friday, tomorrow, and for Tuesday. It will reopen at 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning. We are at the present time evaluating our options for cleaning town hall and to have testing done on town employees who, I stress, may have been exposed. There is no guarantee that they have been exposed hopefully because of the practices that we followed here in town hall to separate and wear masks. So if anybody has any questions, they can call me on my cell phone, the town cell phone. It's on the town website, and I'll be glad to answer them for them. In the meantime, we continue to work under extreme conditions. I want to thank the town employees, particularly the police department, the water and sewer department, and the highway departments who are coming to work every day, keeping the water running, keeping the roads clear. The police are responding to calls. I have to stress that Warren Tutt, our building inspector, has done an exemplary job enforcing the pause orders going out to businesses in conjunction with Chief Berardi, where we've received public complaints of violations of the orders coming out of Albany. I want to just remind the people, we are following the directions of the New York State Governor, Andrew Cuomo, and the rules that are being promulgated in Albany. We don't make the rules. We just follow them and try to enforce them. And I know that many of you are tired of this and are not happy about these rules. But please, treat us with respect as we are trying to do the best we can under these extreme conditions, as we know you are also. So with that, I wish you a happy Memorial Day. Please have a restful weekend, and we will see you in June at the Town Board Workshop, possibly in person, most probably via Zoom and Facebook Live. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful night.
We got to make a
Motion
motion
to
to close the
adjourn.
We
meeting.
have a motion. Mr. Van Cleek, you have your hands raised. Do you have comments?
No,
I
I
have
was just
comments.
saying goodbye.
No, I'll second the motion to close.
So we have a motion and a second. All
I have
those in favor?
discussion.
You have discussion on.
You have discussion on the closing motion?
General discussion, Mr. Kitchen.
General discussion. Mr.
Council
Kitchen, you have the
Kitchen.
floor.
Yes, sir. I would just like it on the public record that we had spoken earlier in our caucus. I've spoken to some neighbors on Neighborhood Road. They have concerns about the tractor trailer trucks that are speeding down Neighborhood Road, and that we have spoken earlier, and we're not going to give up, and we're going to continue to try to find a way to eliminate this problem for the safety of our children and residents that are walking on Neighborhood Road. Just want that on the record.
Thank you, Mr. Kitchen. Any other public comment by
Thank you,
any member,
Supervisor.
town board member? So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
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 Thank you. We'll
Aye.
see you in June.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.